viewers, you're once again welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, I'll bring you the very best. The US Congress House is currently on Nnamdi Kanu's case. And currently, Nigeria is in serious panic because the Secretary of the United States of America is on his way to Nigeria currently to come and visit Nnamdi Kanu's case because his case was treated with an injustice. This is trending around the internet. Mr. Ralph, the Secretary to the United States of America is heading to Nigeria concerning Nnamdi Kanu's case.
Yes! America is a separate entity operating on their own. They are no longer under British tutelage or hegemony. That's why Secretary of State of United States of America is coming. And this has happened during Donald Trump's regime. Other prime ministers in the USA, presidents in the USA and prime minister of United Kingdom, like Margaret Thatcher, John Mayer, Blair, and so on and so forth, they still believe that they are in control of USA. Britain has been boasting that they colonized America. Is a lie. America was colonized by many European nationalities in 1492. That was the game. That was the outburst, rush into the new world that is currently regarded as continent of America. America was pushing Christopher Columbus, and that was what brought the Spanish, the Portuguese, the English, even the Belgians. Britain is not in control. The world we are right now, the technology and science is United States of America, and you can see the Secretary of State coming because Britain can no longer control USA. United States of America is free to operate anywhere in the world on their own using the office OGA. That's why the Secretary of State is coming to visit Nwachineke. Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu is another savior that God has given us. Our Lord Jesus Christ apart as savior. But the person that has come to rescue Africa, to rescue Igbos, is Mazi Nwachineke Oku Nnamdi Kanu. Secretary of State is coming for many reasons. Why? The kind of injustice meted on the Igbos from 1967 to date is not coming only for, securing rallies, unconditional freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but he is coming for the kind of injustice, hostilities, and animosities meted on the Igbo people right from 1960 till date. The Igbos are going through hells in Nigeria. Nobody cares because we are better than they. Igbo man is better than anybody. They made many claims in the past. Igbo, no go school. Igbo, now lie. In 1930s, we filled the whole federal agencies in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. In 1940s, Louis Mbanefu from Umuahia, I think, headed the World Court judge in Hague. Igbo man. In 1948, the first VC, University of Nigeria, Ibadan, Kenneth Onwukadike is from where? An Igbo man. And they taught the people of the entire West Africa, African tradition and culture. Yeah, that was what he was. Why are you telling me that Igbo man is not educated? You are imposing all this failure, all these fallacies on top of Igbos because we fought war for 36 months. A war that Nigeria did not win. We fought war without supplies, empty-handed, without sophisticated weapons, without weapons of whatsoever. The Igbos were using machetes, sticks, spear to accompany a man with AK-47 Mark IV and most of sophisticated weapons supplied by Britain to Nigerian military clique under the supervision of Yakubu Gowon, who is saying that Igbos are not there. See, the Secretary of State is coming to pacify Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are going to discuss on his compensation and the reparation of the Igbos by United Kingdom. United Kingdom must pay Igbos $6 trillion, if not in pounds, for supervising Igbo genocide from 1960 to 1970. United Kingdom must pay. UK must pay. Britain must pay. Now, America is the current civilization of the entire world, and they are doing justice for the oppressed. Igbo man remained oppressed for 59 years now. In fact, 60. 1966 to 1960 years. Igbo man has been enduring diplomacy, diplomatically, management, taking all manners of rubbish boots on his head. U.S. Secretary of State visit to Nigeria is going to become an era. And an era is coming to an end in the lives of every Igbo man, especially in the Biafra land. Because Kanu's ideology, Kanu, Mwachineke, his ideology has come to manifest. There must be eruption of the Prince of Africa, if not the King of entire Africa. A Pan-Africanist that was wrongly jailed over a crime, a law that is not embedded on Nigerian constitution is going to become an eye-opener to Nigerian judiciary. Nigerian judiciary that has failed the common Nigerians. Nigerian judiciary that has been the major challenges of presidential election in Nigeria. Election in Nigeria is facing judiciary as one of the worst, challenge in Nigerian electioneering process and law. The judiciary will thwart what is black and say it is blue. Nigerian judiciary will change what is black and say it is green. Nigerian judiciary will jail an innocent 14-year-old boy for 18 years for nothing. Ordinary wandering. And currently, that riverine boy from Port Harcourt is now 32 years. Are they going to pay him? Are they going to pay that boy? Innocent 14-year-old boy was arrested by police for malingering. Nigerian system will not examine his age. This boy is a minor. Why should they take this boy to Port Harcourt Correctional Center, where this innocent boy stayed for 18 years? The boy is now 32 years. 14-year-old, 18 years additionally. Incarceration, in confinement, 32 years. Wasted 18 years of this boy. This boy has gone north, totally disoriented. He could not even remember whom he is right now. That is Nigerian judiciary. The judiciary that will take care of our upcoming election in 2027 is a puppet, is a stooge, is a bunch of disappointment. In the sense that they cannot come out with healthy judgments. They will always work based on money, monetize technicalities, technical error. Let's say, Nnamdi Kanu was the one that actually took it upon himself, started agitation of Biafra in 1914. He actually removed Ralph Wazulike and shamed him. Kanu put shame on Ralph Wazulike's face because Ralph Wazulike was the one agitating for Biafra in the past and he was not doing it well. Ralph Wazulike monetized Biafra agitation when he was supervising the platform called Mazop. He was not getting it right. He was not getting it right. I don't want to understand. He could go to the back, collect money from the Fulani Janjaweeds, collecting bribes. Wazulike was not getting it right. And this young man took it upon himself to sacrifice his life. And actually he has sacrificed his father and his mother in 2017. Nigerian military clique went to Agarugu community in Abia State. Why Nnamdi Kanu? Why his mother? Psychologically. The trauma the parents went through was what actually terminated their life as early as possible. Are you listening to me? They went through hell. I mean the parents of Nnamdi Kanu passed through hell. That's why two of them died as earlier, as possible. Kanu's father was not supposed to die at that age. Or his mother died in Germany at that younger age. Kanu sacrificed his father and his mother. What an object or agent of sacrifice Nnamdi Kanu is. What are they saying? Secretary of the State is coming to do wonder in this part of the world. Nobody's going to tell America how America is going to handle United States of Biafra's case. The only one United States we have is USA in America, and very soon we are going to shock the entire world. United States of Biafra is fast approaching, and America is going to supervise our referendum in conjunction with United Nations Organization. It is no longer Britain as usual. Britain, you are a criminal country. Britain, you are a thief. Britain, you are a slave raider. Britain, you are accursed forever. Britain, you did not colonize Biafra. You colonized Nigeria. We are Biafrans. You did not colonize us. you are a criminal country. And God is going to punish you. United Kingdom is supposed to have gone into extinction if not for the kind of material and money pumped into Second World War by the New World, USA. United States of America sold lots and lots of money and material resources into the First and Second World War. And that was why Britain is still existing today. Britain will never pay. Let me speak common language. Britain no go pay finish the kind of money where they owe USA. As I'm talking to you now, if war breaks out there, Donald Trump will not go anywhere. War break out in the Middle East spiral. Yeah. Britain allow only Israel and America, USA to tackle that war. When the war was at least closing up, ended, Britain came to support. America said, "Oh, God, no, don't come, it's late." And even you come with your full heart and support. You would have come earlier than now. British is a chameleon country. British is mago. The British is unstable people. The British actually invaded African continent, took away our gold, our crude oil, our diamond. Everything that Africa has today is in Western Europe, spearheaded by Britain. Britain is a criminal country. I think it's a very, very wrong engagement if Biafra could at least, be communicating or cooperating with a country that subjected the Igbo Biafrans to 36 calendar month genocide, which is certainly the biggest bloodbath in African history.
Well said, Mr. Raf. As usual, you've done super analysis to it. Now, currently, BBC has released a movie, should I say movie or a documentary, concerning the Civil War. And now, currently, it is stated that the Biafrans were the one who started this fight, actually. A lot of agitators have come out to make it clear. Are they forgetting to talk about the Aburi Accord? Mr. Raf, what would you have to say? I would like you to take us back a little back to history.
Let's say in 1965, not 66, so listen well. 1965, killings of the Igbos, persons from South East Central region, then Igbo land started. Why? Because they are largely Christians. Hausa Fulani wanted to expand their Islamization tentacles from north down to south. That's why they started killing the Igbos in 1965.
Fine.
What started the fire in 1966 was Eurosis coup. No. Kanu Zogu, Ifrajuna, Hassan Castina coup. After the coup was successful, they now conspired using BBC to tell the entire Nigerians that the Igbos started the coup. While the coup, we have the largest people in number, Yoruba, Hausa, and Fulani, and other minor tribes. The Igbos are only 3. As if that wasn't enough, a Nigerian soldier there, wrote a book recently, launched his book, memoir, in the person of Badamosi Ibrahim Babangida. He stipulated reasons why they should not be calling it Igbo coup. It was a coup staged by Nigerians, not Igbo coup. Some persons, they wanted to kill Babangida. Why? They said, why didn't Babangida come and tell us in time? Now that we have exhausted all our hatred and animosities on this innocent tribe. My brother, I take you back to the war. Ojukwu announced the war because of massive execution, extermination and elimination of persons from Igbo race. That was what actually sparked the war of 1967, 68, 69, and 1970. Ojukwu was an innocent affluenza. I explain. An innocent man whose father then was the richest African, a billionaire. He did not steal Nigerian money. Ojukwu's father was a hard-working man. If you doubt me, go and ask Sanusi family in Kanu State. Sanusi. He did not work in the government agencies. Ojukwu's father was a billionaire. He ate out money by himself. He worked hard to eke out money through industry, industriousness, and hard work. He did not steal anybody's money, and Ojukwu started the war, funding the war with his father's money. He did not borrow money from anybody. Nobody lent Ojukwu 10 kobo. Ojukwu fought the war. by himself, and Nigeria started war because why must we be killing persons from Igbo extraction, accusing them of orchestrating a war, unaliving people, unaliving persons from Igbo extraction, simply because everybody staged coup. The Igbo man was smart enough not to be fired. They unalived Yoruba, they unalived Hausa, they unalived Midwest. They couldn't unalive the Igbos or disalive, politicians from East Central region. That was what's part of this kind of hatred. God will finish all of you. God will punish all of you. That actually fought the war against the Igbos in 1967 to 1970. God will punish you, Muhammad Buhari. You will rot in hellfire. God will punish you, punish your wife and your generation for causing the buying, unaliving of 1,000 Asaba men in 1970. Buhari went to a village, killed 1,000 men, rendering many women there husbandless, making all of them widows. In Asaba here. And somebody there here say, Nigeria is working. All of them are when they thief, God will punish all of you. See, all of you when they punish Igbo man for nothing, God will punish you 10 times. Kanu is coming out. United States Secretary of State is coming. He is coming. How could I go bribe him? How could I go give him bribe? No, if you don't want bribe him, maybe I go White House, maybe I go bribe him. Allah abound on Chani.
Well, sir, Mr. Raf, there is a news coming out currently concerning Tinubu. Tinubu seeks extradition of US-based Biafra agitation leader, the president of Oraboise. Currently, Tinubu is seeking totally in a way that they will bring down Oraboise to Nigeria. I don't know for reason.
Thank you so much for the person you call. What do you call that his name?
Tinubu.
Okay, Tinubu na his name. Who is he? Okay, the one that bundled, stole Obi's mandate and become Nigerian president. And you people see the result. An incompetent man, a man that is clueless about leadership.
But INEC can ask him that.
Wait, INEC is a crook. INEC. Criminalized INEC. Monetized INEC under the supervision of Mahmoud Yakub. See, Tinubu, I suggest that you go by yourself. He is right now a lawmaker. She's right now a lawmaker. I mean in Gozora Beze. Yeah, in the lawmaking body in Georgia, a state in USA, Georgia. Senate, yeah. Lawmaking person, I know, lawmaking body. They are called the senators. They are the lawmaking body in America. Tinubu, go to Georgia. No, I suggest that Bayo Nonuga, Dela Lake, Badabia Miller, James Omotocho. Omotocho will go to Congress and America Chief Justice of the Federation of USA to present himself as a Chief Justice that Nnamdi, that they want Ngozi Orebeze expelled or deported into Nigeria, back to Nigeria. We don't need to go through the normal process. They are a Jagaban now. See, let me tell you, America and Nigeria is not having any documents in regard of expulsion or, rendition. If they actually try to make a move on that, they should go through the normal process so that they should deceive Trump, deceive Secretary of State of the United States, deceive U.S. Vice President Mr. Vance, deceive the man in charge of Pentagon, Department of War, USA, deceive him, and they should pay money to bribe them. I listen to them. After bribing them, they will hand over Oraboise, package her well, so that Ababio will love her. Ababio will fall in love with her. Tinubu will leave Remi, fall in love with Oraboise. Bajabia Milononuka, they will fall in love with Oraboise, so that it go look fine. Then they go plan how they go do am, waiting they do Natacha. Ababio go text, he go write letter, then go use eye, they give him sign until they do what? Buy him. You know what Tinubu na Jagaban? He go use his Jagaban now, go there, carry him come. Okay, let me tell you, under international law whatsoever, failure to have expulsion or rendition pact with any country, you don't have the dynamism or the prerogative to forcefully go to another country and they force your citizen back to your country. They failed in Nairobi. Failed in Georgia, America. Nigeria is just like a stubborn goat. Nigeria is in B. Right now, you go here saying they don't abduct Ngozi Arabeze from America. Come. The way they did Mazi in Nairobi, Kenya, it is heading to that. Right now, they will send Ojus Kanu. Ojus Kanu will lure here into a restaurant. As they are eating, a flave will bundle Arabeze, bring them back to Nigeria. You know, say na Jagaban. Nine law. Jagaban in the USA, all over the world. Jagaban talks something, everybody go bail. Now Jagaban now. There are many misinformation, you know, atheism, lack of knowledge, you know, oriented persons without knowledge. Malinformation oriented persons are the ones in charge of Nigerian political leadership. So where USA is, and they want Donald President say, them don't try Donald Trump. He's making this kind of move to go bring Ngozi Arabeze because neighbor woman. Thank you. They tried it on Samoa, but they failed. They went to Finland and bribed Finland president. That's why Samoa is seeing himself in that kind of situation. It's not going to be easy. Bringing Arabeze back is like as hard as trekking from here to New York. It is not possible. America and Nigeria don't have rendition documents. And as Trump is, they have made worst of their mistake for making that kind of request. That is going to brighten up Biafra destiny. Biafra readiness to emerge on the continent of Africa.
Well said, Mr. Rab. So finally, Sheikh has come out to react to this. The U.S. Secretary coming to Nigeria. He has said that Nigeria is a sovereign nation and U.S. has no right to interfere because British colonized us. What will be your final take concerning this Sheikh statement?
Sheikh is a Muslim pig. Sheikh is a terrorist. Sheikh is someone that suffers from, let me say, is an arsonist. He has problem with megalomania. He believes that a Fulani man is number one in Africa, but God will punish him. Listen, America has right to operate anywhere in the world. I would like to refer the pig called Sheikh Gumi to Venezuela. Venezuela president and his wife, Florence, were abducted into New York. Abduction by U.S. government. What more when we are referring to Nigeria? Gumi is a madman. He suffers from what? Myopia. He is too short-sighted. He doesn't have wide knowledge. The only thing is that he studied Quran, from Quran to mosque, mosque to Quran, Quran to mosque, and finally ended up in Nigerian army. The fact that he was a soldier in Nigeria still increases his head. He doesn't know. And I don't blame him because he doesn't know. He's a foolish man. America can operate anywhere in the world. They have right to do whatsoever they like on the continent of Africa, especially Nigeria. When United States of America send their Tomahawk missile from off the Gulf of Guinea or coast of Guinea into Sokoto forest, did they take permission from Gumi or Sultan of Sokoto? No. They did not take permission from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No. They are Nkale, they are Nkale. Oga, when you are strong, you are in control. Oga, you are. Forget about all this Gumi outburst. Bayo Onanuga outburst. Can Bayo Onanuga talk nonsense to US? He cannot. He's nobody but a coward. Gumi is just a common religious, coward. He doesn't know what he's doing. He is overdrunk with Arabic and Islamic ideology. Right now, he's intoxicated. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. If you ask me, I will tell you that Gumi is suffering from dementia. Sometimes he forgets where he is. Sometimes he soliloquizes. Sometimes Gumi forgets. Sometimes he hallucinates. Sometimes he suffers from, let me say, schizophrenia. He is seeing pictures. Gumi is confused. He's a confused man. America has the right to operate anywhere in the world using the platform OGA, Office of Global Access.